welcome everybody to Fergo and the Freak. This is episode 201. We've got some more breaking news today. Paul Green has just been axed as the North Queensland Cowboys coach, according to News Limited. A little bit of weird timing because they've just come off a loss to the Penrith Panthers, and they didn't win the game. They lost 22 points to 10, but they didn't play that badly. And there were a few youngsters that they had really performed well for them in that game. I thought that even though they lost the game, and the scoreline didn't reflect that game, by the way, the Panthers scored a couple of late tries to make it look worse than it was. I thought even though they lost that game, there were some pretty good signs there for the Cowboys. So it's kind of interesting that Paul Green's gone. The problem with Green is that now their record sits at 3-7, and they've had a couple of lean years the last few years. So in 2018, they only won 8 games. 2019, they only won 9 games. They're on course to basically win about that, if not less. And yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just time for a coach to leave, and a club just needs a change. And I guess North Queensland decided that was the time for them. It'll be interesting to see who they get in as a coach. Obviously, me and Andrew have talked about they should look at somebody like a Jeff Tuvey or Anthony Griffin. But you never know with these teams. I mean, it just all depends on how much money they've got to spend and if there's a flavour of the month going around at the time. So, yeah, very interesting news. It's also going to be interesting to see if Paul Green gets sounded out for the Brisbane Broncos job, and I almost certainly will be sounded out for that job. He's a premiership winner. He won a premiership in his second season at the Cowboys. Whether he's a really good coach or not, I'm not sure. I do know this: there are a lot worse choices than you could make than signing Paul Green up as your first grade coach. So it's going to be interesting to see, as the season goes on, we're going to get a lot more coaches that are under scrutiny, and his name will definitely be thrown into the mix. But I wouldn't be shocked if, especially the Brisbane media, start focusing on trying to get Paul Green as the coach there in Brisbane, because Anthony Seibold, I mean, he's done. It's just a matter of when, not if. So, yeah, so it's interesting that that's happened today. Very quickly, they've pulled the trigger there for North Queensland. You've got to admire that to a certain extent, that they're just not willing to accept where the club is going at any longer. So, and there's plenty of other clubs out there that seem to be pretty happy to lose games week after week and really not make those tough decisions. So, yeah, thought we'd bring you that breaking news. Very interesting stuff. And we hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. We'll be back with a new episode probably later on this evening. We might try and do a history episode or something like that. So in the meantime, go to fergoandthefreak.com for all your updates, all of the podcast episodes. We recently did our 200th episode. That was fantastic. It was a little bit of fun. We didn't talk too much rugby league, but no doubt you'll enjoy that. And if you're listening to this for the first time, make sure you subscribe, because not only do we do breaking news like this, but we do long-form episodes for the most part, actually. And we're sure that you will enjoy it if you do. So thanks very much. Have a good rest of your day.